General P.A. What's-his-face is dead, which is actually quite a tragic loss. He was a terrific general. Think of it this way, you get to grow Manipur, thus giving you a source of more monarch points through a big tributary. I just demand manpower off of them. There's little incentive for me to demand more. Oh my, Lang Shang's been busy. He got those claims and I got this one. And I see an opportunity for more prestige. Alright, pretty cozy. Pretty nice to grab Diego Garcia for myself, and once that's done, we carry on around here. My question would be, should I pursue a... Ah, damn, Ligor is not the culture group I thought. Or is he? He's Malayan. He is Malayan, and that is a big culture group. I'd like to grab somebody with a lot of cores to bring them all back. Siak is a fairly obvious choice. If I could grab Siak before anybody else does, then I could do nasty things to everybody else in the region. So I'm going to grab Siak as a subject, and I said I didn't want this region. But by the same token, look at all those cores. I could have a nice big subject around here. No, let's stick to our guns here. We are sealing off the south. We don't want it. This is where it all stops. I can set up a fort in Mari, and nobody comes from the south up here. Stick to the goal, Jake. I know, but greed is overwhelming. Couldn't be too sacrilegious to just take this, though, right? No, I want to keep it tight here. Integrating Langshang, when I eventually do it, is going to be a painful thing, because I'm going to get full cores, but I only need half cores. But you got to think of it not just as monarch point cost, but also as the fact that I keep the area in lockdown. Jake, what's the line? Greed is good. Greed is very good. Exceptionally good, in fact. Let's try to contain ourselves a bit here. Khmer wants to make friendlier, but if it comes at a cost of legitimacy, I'm not that interested. Legitimacy is something I've been having to work on for a while, and it's only going to get rafted a bit harder when Hadamir... I think Hadamir is going to have to work on his swimming lessons. Off you trot. Tangu gets autonomy. I'm not sure I want that, but it doesn't have any estates in it either. Okay, well, no special favors. I could actually add estates around here, but the autonomy isn't that bad. So there's little incentive for me to do it, except potentially for Ava, because that's some pretty tonking base tax. I should be punching my estates for everything anyway. I don't even like the merchant guilds, so I'll force them to give me the dosh. The monastic orders certainly owe me those monarch points. So, ooh, but if they just had a little bit more, just a teeny tiny bit more. What's the crummiest province I have that I can give to them? Higher development is... Wow, none of this land is particularly crummy. That's awesome. But this land isn't so great, so there you go. And then I get the extra admin out of them. Chomp. I could tell the nobles to go on a diet. But nah, we're okay with that. Still tempts me to make that core, but I don't think I care so much for it. Or do I? It's hard to see a good reason not to. Get a lot more out of it. And this one I probably should have given to the monastic order instead. PRoman gets a Casus Belli. No, let's gain Karma and Prestige. Alright, this is the last sea place we do. What do we even have to explore? Just down there and we're good. Lovely. Oh god, it's not lovely days for Katai. Katai's getting Brunei dominated. Jake, what should your dev limit? And you could force tributary on your neighbours. Wouldn't that be a great idea? Could force tributary on Bengal, I suppose. But I'm not overly tempted to do so. Question would be then, what are we tempted to do? I could certainly give this province over to... Oh, you're tributary of Ming. Man, everyone likes being tributary of Ming these days. Yeah, if I get admin tech, I can get my workshops now, which is pretty awesome. Authority, huh? I can't give those monastic orders too much influence here. They have a ton of it. But I'll go risky anyway, and then I'll get Triumph of the Clergy. Nasty event, that one. It's just goodbye, goodbye admin when that happens. Well, the colony's coming along. It's looking pretty stable, and thanks to oppressing those natives that don't exist, we're looking alright on it. So let's celebrate by boosting our infrastructure massively with lower inflation to begin with. And then we look at this. Doesn't boost my dosh as much as I was hoping, actually. Not nearly as much as I would hope. I'm going to assume that's because of autonomy, but I'm going for the nicer trade goods first. I like China ware, everyone likes iron. What else is there to even explore? South China, South Indian Ocean. South Indian Ocean coastline. I'm assuming that's just... not even Christmas Island, whatever this island is. What's the name of that one? Kicking myself. No, I don't claim to know it. Right, might be worth my time starting thinking about which of these provinces we go for. Normally you jump at the opportunity to grab Ile Bourbon and the Mauritius Islands because the development is so good, but I'm trying to keep my development down, not up. And again, it's still pretty awesome land for me to have. Oh, and you didn't even tell me. That said, we found Australia. Could move ourselves to a colonial region if we wanted to, but we don't. Oh, Jingsma was not looking good. Looks like Jampur decided to conquer them. Bad times to be you. You could always exchange dev for money once you get in Europe. Yeah, I could do that. Actually, that's a pretty good idea. I should yeah, if I am struggling for it, I could always take advantage of my development. What's it called again? There we go, exploit. Oh dear. I don't think I even want to name you. I just want to toss you in for a toss you into the pool, but I can't do that yet. But I know who can help me do that. Sukhothai, I demand artifacts. Lots of artifacts off of you, in fact. Manipur, you as well. Oh, they have negative prestige. They have no value. Give it to me. I need... oh, it's just too little. I just drained them of their prestige as well. Basically, this guy here just needs to go straight for a swim. So who else could be done? Mong Nai still have prestige, so here's a devilish idea. Unless Manipur have prestige. They certainly do not. So I'm going to turn to Mong Nai. I'm going to give them a generous gift. demand their artifact, and then before I even care who you are, I'm turfing you into the ocean. Done and done right. Of course, that made my tributary subjects rather unhappy, Nai and Sukhothai in particular. So let's try and tart them up a bit. Otherwise, they're going to deny. Well, they're not going to give me my my rightful tribute. I can't be having that. Would be cool if you could send your incompetent heirs to your vassals. At least they would spread the dynasty. That would be pretty cool. I don't think I've taken any age abilities here. I haven't accomplished anything. I'm not present on 2 continents, although I soon will be. What is even Hall Havi? Oh, heavens. Monastic vows broken between the how many people? 334 of them. Well, sure, just get all unresty on me. These are Africa, right? Nice, I'll be present on 2 continents when I have this. Okay, now they're so nasty with all that, I can establish my penal colony there. That boosts the unrest to the point where I actually worry that they will revolt there. No, it's just Prestia as usual. Alright, how you feeling there, Bengal? You came out of all that swinging, right? Now about Chittagong. No, absolutely not. They still have no allies, and they do guarantee the independence of Jharkhand. Still want to destroy them though. Right, let's get those global settlers increased. It's not as big as it used to be. Some nasty individual decided to nerf this down from +20 to +10 and move it over to expansion. Who could that disgraceful fellow have been? The Jampur hugbox will come knocking. Are they hugboxing? They got Gujarat, Multan and Nagur. Doesn't sound too strong on paper, but Gujarat has this way of exploding in strength if they get anywhere. And that's giving me a bit of Starnan flashbacks. I don't even know where Mulmain is. Aha! What a great area Lower Burma is. No! Oh, Nai! Sukhothai! How dare you not give... That's what you get for that. Enjoy your peasantry. Mong Nai I'm a bit more worried about. I don't want them being so unfriendly. Not to the point where I'm about to give them some gifts. That would just be insane. I'm here to demand stuff off of them. Still, as for this province, it deals in China ware, so that means production is a must. And isn't mercantilism always right? Belligareth says, hello Jake. Well, hello. In terms of growth from when we started, we haven't actually taken any land ourselves, have we? But we have removed one of the 4 bigs in the region. Ayutthaya is never going to be a threat again, which is nice because normally... oh, tea. That is also nice. Elkhorn being strict is also nice. Ayutthaya have this way of just being so big and dominant in my campaigns. It's nice to see them utterly crushed here. And it looks like they would have been crushed even without my involvement. You know, I wasn't even taking on their lands and everybody else was jumping on them. So, goody for me. Sukhothai is going to put up a desperate defense. I think they're going to win as well. They're only fighting peasants. They have the advantage of the jungle, even though they're getting flanked. If you're strong enough, you can power through that. Ayutthaya enjoying bankruptcy again, once again showing that they are not fit to even govern themselves. What do you need to circumnavigate the globe? I think it takes a certain tech, right? Yeah, dip tech 9, and you're never going to make it unless you have waypoints along the way. Got redundant that, waypoints along the way. What else did you say? Suktai and Mong Nai are really not going to like me for a bit unless I give them a gift or two. And I'm actually going to be nice like that. It's only money, and it gets me... Well, I'm already at my manpower limits, so perhaps I should puff my cheeks out a bit. The money is alright, so I'm actually going to give myself 4 cannons, 4 elephants, and... whoops, that's me already above the limits here. Where did we make those infantry? Away you go, and away you go. That doesn't make me so good for fighting, but those 4 cannons will make me blast down any forts that I need to, which is pretty good. Are you going to go for Twitch partnership now that you're free man? I did that 5.5 years ago? Oh dear. Newborn daughter. I think we need some swimming lessons for this newborn daughter. She didn't swim so good. Find it outrageous though that the whole country gets unrest just because I sank my daughter into... I need to get familiar with this. The Irrawaddy Delta. Sometimes you just don't want a daughter. And those times are when she's a 502. Hey, it's Kaiser. How's it going? Yeah, disinheriting has gotten us to this point. We've kicked out two heirs, and that daughter was just another straw for the camel's back. We have the opportunity to gun down Ming once again. I have a feeling he doesn't have a lot to offer us in terms of an army. Well, he's got 20,000, but he's got no manpower for them, and it looks like he's still enjoying some rebels. Although Korea's helping him on that front. I have a feeling that it's a good opportunity to go and punch Ming once again, but he won't be so keen on peace so fast this time. That said though, I think it's always worth taking a trip to the Bank of Ming. Even if it's just me and good old Lang Shang. Actually, Lang Shang would probably be better suited to not be in the war. This is the point where I'm starting to think I should just have him on scootage. He's here just to keep lands under control for me. Not to the point where that's what I'm going to do though. I'm probably just going to tell him to stick to allied territory, do not engage in offensive operations. No, in fact, just stay in your own territory and avoid engagements. I shall take on the Ming, although he has hit Tech 7, he has no mandate and he's struggling on mandate. Why does your army have no army? Why does your vassal have no army, basically? Why don't we investigate that? Hello, Lang Shang. You have a little bit of money, and you actually have no debt. I guess he just doesn't need an army. I mean, why would he? I look after him, and we have nobody hostile on the borders here. Ally, ally, literally who? Ally, myself, and destroyed Ayutthaya. All we have is this little gateway into the Bank of Ming. So yeah, let's pay for our army and go and visit said Bank of Ming. Alright, I'm still waiting on my army to be created. But that's fine. It shall be created. And Ming already wants peace. Sorry, Ming. I'll settle for nothing short of pieces of 8 here. Now, the downside is that the province that we're claiming the war for, Guangnan, is under protection of this... Again, what is this guy up to? Why does this guy just float around? Oh, we also had an amazing general last time we were fighting around here. Our army tradition is kind of pants, so unless the nobility are willing to cough up somebody amazing... Takes a bit of influence to get that, but I reckon we could make that happen. I don't give my nobles much in the way of land, do I? No, I've given them 1 province, so I should give them something else. I'll give them that crummy bit of land up there. And that land ain't so bad either. Just so that I can say, ooh, I wouldn't mind a nice conquistador. That way I wouldn't need to always be exploring with my boats. But generals are general. Let's take our luck with a conquistador. He's got maneuver. He's got a bit of siege as well. Not going to say no to that. Then again, there's always the option of both. And we do have space for another leader. I do like the why not both option here. Just goes to show. Daunoa says, hi, well, hello, and welcome. I'm not terribly afraid of Ming's non-existent army right now. I would tell Lang Shang to go on the offense, but if he loses his army, that's a big cost of... that's just a big cost. Let's send who we can to Yunnan. And let's take a little bit of extra land for ourselves here. The faithful in enemy lands. Defenders in Wangnan will get penalty. Why is that triggering for a province that doesn't have a fort? I guess this didn't. Wait, what? This makes no sense at all. Many soldiers see our ongoing war as a conflict of faiths. It's led to some debate around one of our ongoing sieges, where the local population are good Theravadas. Normally our troops would supply the siege by taking what we need from the locals, but the pious in our army thinks we should spare our Theravada brothers and sisters, even at the cost of the siege dragging out for longer. Which comes first, faith or war? Betrayed by the brothers in faith. Okay, so if we take average penalties, nothing. That's only meant to occur for provinces that have a fort. So I'm glad it triggered when we had that instead of this. Very odd, and I've never seen that either. And I've fought a lot of wars. So Ming already want peace. They really want peace. Mandate is threatened, so they want to give it all up to me. But too bad, because I'm taking Yunnan and I'm taking your money. Sadly, I need a bit of war score to get going with that. But I will get my war score. You guys can essentially be the supply trailer for these guys. I should certainly be paying for my forts here. Oh, wow, we got prosperity. That's about to go away when the Ming army arrives. But it's okay, I would surrender prosperity in a heartbeat if it means getting that dosh from the Bank of Ming. Speaking of the banks, let's reduce our own inflation. I hate having high inflation. It's a trigger for some nasty events. What you up to, Ming? Come on, go for my subject, not for me. He's nowhere near as prosperous. No, they're going for Shenhui. I might double back and crush that army just to enjoy some sweet war score. The downside of this Ava fort and the Ava lands in general is that there's not really any good defensive provinces for it all. That said, he's going around. What's he up to? What is his major plan here? Hopefully it doesn't involve getting these guys as reinforcements, because I'm about to kill them. And I'm getting ticking war score for holding the war goal. It's all pretty good. Alright, so he wants Pegu. That's not very nice, but I didn't have prosperity here anyway, for some reason. This province has had devastation forever. No prosperity, that's fine. And since I'm here, I'll keep my eyes on any Ming soldiers that want to go down there to an early grave. Oh, they're taking their sweet route around. I only have infantry here, which kind of blows, but I should be able to win against other just infantries. He's building up something resembling an army. Not a very good thing resembling an army, though. Two of a kind. Our Prince Anakabubaba. Hang on, Prince? Oh, King Elgo... Wait, what? No, I just don't know my symbols very well. Hang on, what? Wait, what? King Elghorn is wearing a dress. Either that or he's forcing Anno Capetlun to... Let's not dig too deeply into that. In any case, they're two of a kind. So I wouldn't mind getting some extra admin for it. That essentially paid off my inflation. Alright, got the siege going at least. So I'm going to double back and crush the Ming army, and then we pursue further. You're often told not to pursue Lu Bu, but I'm looking at the bulk of his army here. It's tempting to leave a small detachment to just keep the sieges going. I've certainly scared him off there. He'll never take Pegu in time. Not exactly the explosive victories I'm looking for, but war score is war score. Oh, we have Jat Kangwan in chat, who is Thai. Maybe can give us their hot take on what they think of the region that we have right now. Maybe a slightly deeper take than when the Koreans come in and just say, remove China. Which is wonderful, but I'm not sure if it's insightful. I actually have a really bad unit going in here. I'm going to eat insufficient supply for my guys here. And I'm going to be flanked. I'm assuming I'm going to win because I brought loads of cannons. But that's a foolhardy thing to think. Also, he might take... Oh my goodness, he took Pegu? Unacceptable. On the plus side, I'll get it back in a heartbeat, but what a lucky devil. Okay, that puts you at a bit of a risk, so let's have you back a bit. Or fall back a bit. It'll take 2 siege ticks for me to take that, and hopefully I don't get diseased during it. But wow, did not expect that at all. Supply shortage, that means the next one's a guaranteed win, because there's less than 100 on the garrison. Has Jake played Long Live the Queen? I have. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm also not a big fan of the Ming taking control of these lands, so let's take it back. Then again, I could always just peace out for my loads of money united, but I want to make the Ming suffer for this, because I'm not in a big stress to hurry like I was before. It takes a while to move around this land, though. Dolly. Alright, what you gonna do? Hopefully go for Yunnan so I can fight you in the Highlands in a favourable manner for myself. All my tributary subjects seem to like me quite a bit. Sukhothai could always like me a bit more, but I'm improving relations with them already. Who else do I care about? Mong Nai, I think I improved a lot already, and then there's Mong Quang, so let's go further with them. Not the kind of fight I want here, but he's going over to Sibzo. Let's try to encourage him to go up to Yunnan. He's not having it. Fortunately, I have more maneuver than he does, so I won't take this river crossing penalty, and that should be a pretty brutal loss for the Ming army. Even though he has more morale than me, I have slightly more discipline, and we both roll 9s on the shock. Aha, then I show him what's for. That's a shock phase. Get out of my face. He's probably going to go south because Dai Viet's still his tributary, and that frees you folks up to do some devilish wee bits of occupation around Chengdu, but not specifically on Chengdu. It's good land around here. Just look at that development. Look at that undefended 20 development. Also look at that 20 stack. What are they up to? Since you have the Bank of Ming, you should switch your tributaries to monarch points. They're still in manpower, which I quite like.